So going to go ahead and jump into game 2 for picks and bans and see just exactly what more Kingdom can offer. And I mean, Eager too.
Eager will have the first pick one more time. Kingdom, if I'm Kingdom, it's not even a picks and bans thing. It was just a gameplay thing.
Yeah.
I think if Eager
They
has
had a good roster.
Yeah, I think if Eager has a different lineup, they still win by nature of the very team fight that they were able to find there. I think the story of the soil is Kingdom Esports just has to be a little bit more heads up when it comes to the in-game fights.
And I don't even think that they can respect ban anything coming out for Team Eager, because Eager, no matter what you give them, we've seen their god pool is gigantic. You can't really ban against it. No. But bans coming out, Guan Yu and Susano. Terra, which means Fafnir, Ao Kuang, Nemesis banned out. So Ao Kuang is in. And
the first pick for Team Eager, you think it's going to be the Ao Kuang?
I
don't
think it's going to be the Ao Kuang. I think they want to probably... I like to see a Fafnir. That's going to be Zeus.
So, Vulcan game 1, Zeus game 2. That seems to be the Team Eager do, the official mid lane strategy of Team Eager.
All right, so they have 3 strats now. Feed Delta on either Vulcan first game, Zeus second game, and then objective control.
Always going to be a big proponent or a big piece of what Eager's able to do. And Kingdom going to fight fire and fire, getting the Odin for the ring.
Now, my question to you is, how come Zeus is prioritized over Raijin?
Well, we were talking about that earlier with our local mid laner, aggro, and honestly it's a feel thing. Raijin is very powerful and a little bit safer than Zeus, but Team Eager just might value that giant thunderstorm AoE a little bit more, and at the end of the day it just might be, like I said, comfort on the god itself. Perhaps Delta Marine just prefers the Zeus.
All right, so they are picking the Fafnir, so I still feel somewhat validated. Fafnir and Ravana drafted for Eager. We saw that and we're going to see the Thor again coming out from Kingdom Esports.
And I like the play coming out from Kingdom to take the Thor away. Team Eager's jungler, Chapo, going to have to think a little bit deeper about what he wants to play.
A Wheelix banned out. That is homework, because we have seen a couple of Eager Wheelix games. Vulcan banned out, so Eager not going to play it. Kingdom Esports aren't going to be able to play it either.
And neither team will be able to play Freya there either. Isis going to be banned out as well by Team Eager, so no early game shenanigans.
I love that word. Shenanigans is such a good word.
Shenanigans.
But last ban coming out, Isis. You don't want that heal. That also kind of works as a built-in wrath if you play it right.
If you play it right, which is always the choice. And speaking of if you play it right, Ullr, one of my favorite hunters if you play it right. If you're able to land that 3-1 combo, the hail arrows into the bladed arrow without the stun specifically, you are on cloud 9, one of the stronger choices in the game. However, if that's not the case, all of a sudden you become a average at best choice. There's no ultimate, so no big bang for your buck when you really need it.
Yeah.
It's more about the consistent damage, and if you're unable to really land that combination, we'll lose trouble. So for a team full of rookies, Zachsy going to pick up the Ullr most likely, and really going to be a very important part of what makes this squad successful.
Sylvanus rounding out the Kingdom roster, but that's a Ratatoskr and a Jing for Eager. And I love the fact that both of these junglers are going to be able to just pick up and go where they want with those globals.
And it's going to be the chase back and forth. Ratatoskr reminds me a lot about Thor, for obvious reasons. Wherever Thor ults, hopefully Ratatoskr will follow, and that should be pretty annoying. But the Sylvanus pick, Mr. McSaltyCakes, a man after my own heart, knows I love watching Sylvanus play. You've got a little bit of sustain there, and the pulls are very dynamic. If you're able to land it and you're able to respond to it and make the plays, it is one of the cooler abilities, I think, in the support role. But like I said, it's a big if. Not only does he have to get around some of the other stuff, but it's also going to be troublesome finding those pulls.
So I feel like for Eager, I think they're going to go more aggressive this game. They have the comp for it. They can go from 0 to 100 immediately with this comp. I think it falls on that Ratatoskr. Just completely, in my opinion.
I mean, it's a good choice. It's certainly something to think about. I don't know. My mind strays a little bit when it comes to that. Right now, though, no real invades coming out here, and I think that's a big play. Ratatoskr and the Ravana, certainly not a team you want to invade on.
I'm liking the Wrath pickup once again coming out from Eager. They have ultimates able to take it if they want, if they're timed right, but Eager taking that Wrath on the Ratatoskr means, plus that global ultimate, nothing is safe. Kingdom Esports are going to have to keep checking over their shoulder all the time when it comes to buffs, big objectives all game.
Just got to keep their eyes open and make sure that everybody's aware. Very vocal teams succeed well against Thors and Ratatoskrs, these characters with semi-global ultimates. Very vocal teams will succeed. Every time that jungler passes through the mid lane, you got to shout it out. If you catch a glimpse of the jungle, you got to shout it out. The consistency in communication is the key to toppling these characters.
And I think Kingdom are really going to have to step up their ward game. I see a couple scattered on the map right now, but Ratatoskr in that ultimate, he's only going to flash up for a second as he's jumping over it. You need to keep tabs on everyone. Vision is going to be more important in this game than ever, but a beautiful wall. Double tap coming out from Camp and Solo.
Perfect wall, actually. Team Eager looking to get aggressive there. They've evaluated this enemy team in game number 1, and now they're ready to take advantage. I think we saw a lot of calculated plays, a little bit of a safe play come out from Team Eager in game number 1. But after the victory they had, right away you can see Team Eager looking for the invade on the back camps, knowing that they have the advantage. And in fact, not only the first time, after showing their hand that they wanted to go to the back camps, they'll go a second time. So Team Eager, they've intimidated the opposition, they know it, and now they're going to play off of it.
And so far, it's definitely working out for them. Gold's tipping in their favor. It's a nice early start. I mean, I wanted to see more physical aggression coming out, but Kingdom Esports are putting up a good defense, so instead, hit them where it hurts.
Yep. Just go for the strip the choices off of the jungle. Strip the jungle experience, the jungle gold. Make sure to be able to grab that and run with it. And that's what we're seeing out of the mid lane. Grab that and run with it. AirCougar gets smoked. Half HP of a hot grab by Mr. McSaltyCakes. Love it.
And they've been bullied out for the majority of this game so far, so that pull was really nice. Able to show Cougar that you can't get too aggressive, but speaking of aggression, Jellly using that ultimate, trying to take out JoltaK, instead gonna get a hefty chunk of damage.
Yeah, JoltaK able to really return fire there against the early gank. 2 minutes and 40 on the clock, and down from the sky comes Ratatoskr trying to make an early solo lane play. Unexpected.
I mean, even if you're not able to take somebody down, it's sending a message. You can't get over-aggressive. And as Odin, once you've spent that jump, with good communication, you can't go anywhere. The most you can do is slow them down.
And that's not going to be the choice. You don't really want, Odin doesn't want to opt for that just yet. So he'll play it a little bit safer. Kingdom Esports now going to be headed 3 players deep into their own speed buff, not willing to get invaded one more time, but I don't think they have that choice. Here comes Dwurst. Doesn't have Wrath or anything of that nature, but able to go ahead and drop the speed buff.
He took it. He
Drop
took it.
the speed buff.
He used his ultimate to get away, and that's just a slap in the face for Kingdom Esports.
Oh man, my eyes are closed. My eyes are just closed right now. Ooh, that.
I mean, you know why there were 3-man rotation going over. They didn't want that to happen. They couldn't really zone him out, though. He just kind of wormed his way in, took the buff. And Kingdom Esports are very aware of how aggressive Eager are. That's why they did that, and it still didn't work.
And here's one of the things, too, is that Kingdom Esports, when you're sort of a David against a Goliath, right?
Yeah.
Which is what we're looking at here, Kingdom versus Team Eager. You're aware of the situations that Eager are just going to wind up on top.
Nice long-range hammer. Sylvanus ultimate coming out and also forcing the disapparate from Sol. She's not going to be safe for a while, but the teleport in and the spin to win from Solo. Going to take a little bit of damage off Delta, but he's not going to leave yet.
And so Kingdom, like I said, they understand that some of these fights are going to go the way of Team Eagers just because they're a little bit better equipped.
JoltaK! Oh, able to find it. Solo helping out, getting the last kill onto Delta. Solo now coming into the air onto Myflin if he can find it, or maybe even Jellly. Instead, not going to see him go for anybody. Going to go back into the back line.
First blood going the way of Kingdom. An unlikely story, but a very important play right there. Making sure the Kingdom is the first one on the board. Going to even things up just a little bit. Teams about tied now. Separated by about 300 gold. That's why that Gold Fury, or rather, the first blood was oh so important.
And look at that rotation. Eager rotating over to the Gold Fury. Put down a ward. Make sure you have vision on it. I mean, maybe even bait out a fight coming out from Kingdom. Take your own damage camp, and then Kingdom, when you see them rotate over, the last thing you want is to give it to him for free.
Yeah. I mean, what else are you going to do?
I mean, to be fair,
That's
even
really
if
just
they
what it comes
5-man
down to.
rotation, Dwurst is still going to come in and steal it. But Cougar taking a lot of damage, using that ultimate to get away, and Zachsy maybe going for the chase, instead decides against it.
He thought about it.
You
And
saw
honestly,
the switch.
Yeah, I think there might have been something there, but gonna play it safe. Zachsy doesn't want to give his life up just yet. Zeros across the board as far as the hunters are concerned, so doesn't really want to cross that boundary.
All right, so in this matchup, with the new change to the boots for console, who would benefit from taking these?
Pretty much everybody across the board. Odin, Thor, these characters are generally looked at as tankier characters anyway. Go ahead and supplement that. Your Mage Soul, go ahead and go for the penetration boots, very important. But everybody else, the Sylvanus is certainly there. I think on the Hunter, the Ullr, you can make either real decision. Trouble for the Odin right now. He's being attacked under his tower.
And Jellly uses his ultimate to go over there and try to take him out, but instead, that was just a ploy. Kingdom Esports now aggressing on the Gold Fury, able to knock out AirCougar as well. Nobody is on the side of the map until Fafnir, and Myflin is enough to chase them away.
And just one player enough. You can see the life bars on Kingdom very low, and because of that, Myflin able to do his job and just chase the enemy out.
But Jellly, he saw the opportunity, he tried to take it, but it wasn't enough to take down that tanky Odin. Now, he definitely has some tanky items coming out, the new boots, plus building into something there as well. So, kind of a rough start for Rat.
Yeah, the Ratatoskr, unfortunately, there's no reinforced acorn, so he won't be able to have that to his disposal.
Camping solo just watches while two members of Team Eager take these mid-harpies. He can't really do anything right now, even though it's kind of long range. Myflin, however, looking for aggression, looking for camps wherever he can find them.
And he's going to be fighting them frequently. Honestly, just all around the map. Good damage coming out from Delta Marine, just to push the enemies out. And Team Eager now looking like they're poised to start another mid lane fight. Again, if they're able to fight into this mid lane, they can start looking at the Gold Fury.
Possibly. See, they keep peeking over there. I think they'd be able to take it, but they're holding back. They don't want to give Kingdoms Esports anything to worry about. Nice kick getting Dwurst out of jail there.
And that's going to be good for the solo lane. However, on the regular side of the map, a little bit of a bloodbath here.
No, but that's a teleport. Solo is coming over. They definitely want to fight. Bird Bomb over the wall, chasing down AirCougar. Gonna find the slow. Just keep him out. Rat waiting to come down in the ultimate as well, just after Thor. But instead, not going to lock down Odin not going to lock down Odin, but going to get a little bit of damage coming out from the Zeus.
And here's Myflin again wrapping around. Kingdom Esports have him generally surrounded, but not getting too aggressive. Start on to one, but Myflin just poking.
It just seems a little scattered right now. I mean, we've seen they just kind of split. They all went for individual people, I guess, to chase them off, and now Eager looking at the Gold Fury.
And again, Kingdom Esports going to try and do what they can, but the ultimate out of Zeus. But the players will leash the Gold Fury, healing all the way up, and now the return kill.
Salty threw the ultimate down, trying to just prolong his life. JoltaK taking out AirCougar, however, and now Myflin in a pretty rough spot, but Dwurst was able to take out Solo, a huge part of the damage. But Zachsy taking out Myflin. There's only two members here on this side. JoltaK looking pretty low, but Dwurst can't really box with him.
And that's going to be a good play. Trouble for the Odin. Thought he was going to turn around, but not likely. And with that, Kingdom going to look towards the tower one more time.
But Dwurst, he's not letting this Odin up. He can't jump away right now. Gonna find the root. One more hit, and he's gonna find it. Dwurst chasing all the way across the map, but it's worth because he found it.
Exactly. I mean, that's one of those situations that's why I say never say never. You're never supposed to chase a kill. You're never supposed to chase a kill. But right there, we're supposed to chase the kill. So never say never. There's an exception to every rule. And off of the long chase, Dwurst able to find the kill.
3 to 5 stand the kills. 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Dwurst proving himself able to box out the Odin. And Thor doesn't want to become a statistic himself. Gonna go ahead and hammer out of there.
And that'll be one way of escape. Team Eager, on the other hand, going to get their hands a little bit dirty here in the enemy jungle. Starting up the speed buff, only one here is McSaltyCakes.
Instead, going to go ahead and back off. Thor ulted in on no one. I guess that was more for vision. Going to try to get a little bit of spin to win onto Myflin, but now he's throwing down the hammer. There's 3 members here. They're not getting aggressive just yet, and that was a missed pull coming out from Salty.
And that's going to be all there is right there. Left side, however, Hunter v. Hunter. AirCougar gets a good knockup onto the other enemy Hunter. Zachsy looking for some of the shots as well. A little bit of a fallback there. Fearedocide gonna come, but here comes the rest of Team Eager, wrapping around. Nice damage, and everybody from Kingdom want to be pushed off.
So how come we're seeing these almost fights? I'm getting hyped. I'm waiting for something to happen, and then both teams back off.
I think it's just the commitment, honestly. Eager, they don't want to commit unless they have a 100% chance to go ahead and win the fight, and that's kind of Eager's play style. They're not timid, they're not shy, they're calculated. They do the math beforehand and want to make sure that they wind up on top.
Jellly getting stuck in the CC chain, almost like just took a huge chunk of his health gone, ulting out to get out of dodge.
And yeah, just get out of dodge.
I mean, that's exactly it. You don't want to lose anybody. It's 3-5 right now. Kingdom Esports are up 2 kills, but Eager up just a little bit when it comes to this gold. Look at how up and down those graphs are. They're so crazy.
I mean, Kingdom last game didn't really have a horse in any real race.
No.
It was kind of just Team Eager dominating. Kingdom Esports this time around seemed to have adapted a little bit, at least enough to make a play here or there.
Myflin gonna find the hammer and find the jump, but nobody there to follow up besides. It was more just about poke at that point. Gonna rotate back, take their own camps, while meanwhile Cougar heading back to farm up. He's 2 levels behind Zachsy. That's not necessarily all that good.
Ooh, Odin's forced to jump away. A lot of damage coming out there in the soul lane. Kingdom thinking about starting the Gold Fury of their own.
And Eager want to start the fight. Missed pull coming out from Salty once again. Don't have to worry about that for a while, but once again, possibility of a fight, and everybody backs off.
Yeah, just nobody really wants to commit again. With these reinforced Greaves, the fights take so long. You really want to make sure that you have a target and just focus them down, able to just shut them down. And without that guaranteed kill, it's really troublesome to really commit. Touching back onto the reinforced Greaves again, we see him solo lane, we see him in the support role, and if there wasn't an Acorn, I'm pretty sure we'd see him on Ratatoskr too. So, tons of reinforced Greaves.
And Thor's got one as well, that tanky character. Gonna be able to use that to his advantage. Air's gonna find the pull coming out from Cakes, and the ultimate. Bird Bomb ain't gonna find 3. The Cage gonna find 3, forcing out AirCougar's ultimate to get out, but here comes Myflin, here comes the Dragon, and there goes Kingdom.
And down from the sky comes the Thor, jumping into 4, and the damage is not good. And it's answered with a meditation. Unfortunately for the Thor player on Kingdom, not the same. Delta Marine able to find the long-range detonate on camp and solo. Can't escape the Zeus.
Dwurst wanted that kill on Zachsy, but Jellly was theirs, because Dwurst had to cut to the left, so Ratatoskr cuts to the right. There's nobody here at the tier 1, no reason to defend it. Go ahead and take it down.
And that's going to be a masterpiece coming out from Team Eager, starting their first real lead of the game, 5-5 at the moment, but the tail is all in the cold.
Well, that was a 2-0 for Eager. That was a tower, and now if they play their cards right, that's going to be a Gold Fury. Dwurst is up at the top, zoning out Odin. There was nobody nearby, so instead, it's going to be, it's just going to be, everything is free for Eager.
Yeah, it's a 4,000 gold lead right now, as you can see. Everything is just working out fantastically. Nothing really the Kingdom can even do. Early on, we saw a little bit of that little bit of that contestation, but it's just not continuing into the late game at all.
At this point, no. And nobody's really taken off yet. We're not seeing the same plays that we saw last game coming out from Eager. It's still methodical, but looking at the graphs, with that Gold Fury, they're really going to be able to start picking up that momentum that they want and need. 4,000 experience and almost 4,000 gold now.
Yeah, this is really where you want to be for Team Eager. In the early game, like you said, just looking for the opportunity. You can't really just launch forward. You've got a Zeus, you've got a Jing, you've got a Fafnir. Nothing really about this game screams early for Team Eager. You're just looking for that initial foothold. But again, here comes the Hunter fight.
Yeah, a little bit of slap fight, but there's a little bit of fight in the mid as well. And Dwurst 1v1ing a tower, able to come out on the winning side of that. And he's going to keep going, take out these creep, and just start that slow burn to the second one.
Yeah, Odin was farming up a little bit further up in the lane, but forced back to base because now he has to defend on the tower itself.
Indeed. Nice wall coming out. Zoning is important for Team Kingdom right now. They need to keep Eager at bay, keep them away, and it's going to come down to Thor peeling as well for some of the more squishier people on Kingdom.
AirCougar still wants to take this fight to Zachsy. Zachsy gets a strong stun, follows it up with the hail of arrows, but here comes the damage and the assistance from Myflin.
Popping up the dragon, teleporting to the tower, gonna come through. The jump gonna be good, but now he's between two members. Jellly finding the kill, but Thor jumping into the fray. JoltaK getting credit for the kill, and now Myflin just trying to get away.
Nice pop damage coming out from this Sylvanus, perfectly placed, and Myflin struggling to get out of jail, but a beautifully placed thunderstorm from the Zeus.
Camping solo in the backline once again, getting out by the skin of his teeth, but Myflin still in the dragon, now coming out of it, gonna be incapacitated for a second, but McSaltyCakes is going to be taken out by the detonate. It was only a matter of time. Now they're changing their assault onto JoltaK. With so much Zeus damage, he's not going to survive it, but Dwurst, Mystic rushing in, taking the kill.
And that's lovely. Just lovely. That is the word that I'm going to use for Team Eager today. They are looking absolutely lovely. Set 1 was able to just really do work above Soar. Here in set 2, Kevin Solo's going to have a little bit of a response, but I think the rest of Team Eager going to show him exactly how lovely they are.
Look at that chain lightning. Myflin finding the last kill, or the last hit, and
Double
finding
kill.
a second one onto Fearedocide with the Soul Zachsy. Just trying to run away at this point. There's too much. Is able to find Delta Marine. That's a win for him, but now there's 3 members here. He's already used his jump. It's only a matter of time. Jellly getting the credit.
Double kill for the support is always a good time. I love watching Myflin wind up with 2 kills. I think it's a very fun deal getting your support involved just a little bit. The only one without any kills, the Hunter. Poor Cougs.
Yeah, Cougs not being as, but Cougs is doing his job. Last game we saw him split pushing like nobody's business, and he was more of the tower shredder in that role. Dragon coming out, Mr. McSaltyCakes sitting about 3 levels behind at this point. He may get taken out, and what for trading what? They're gonna lose the tower at this rate, and even though they spent the Vulcan ultimate, everybody's able to get away in one way or another.
And there's the ultimate in coming from the Ratatoskr. But again, more of a displacement than an actual initiation, really just to knock everybody up, allowing Team Eager to find the exit.
Now this is bad for Myflin. If they keep chasing him, he's gonna come out of that dragon form soon, like right now. But Kingdom Esports stop. They just stop aggressing. They could have taken Myflin down.
They didn't have the timer in their heads right there. A bird bomb out of the Odin gets the kill, and you can time that perfectly with the transformation. But as soon as he wrapped around that corner, Kingdom just said, "All right, he's gone. That's that." Not really taking into account the fact that he's going to sort of turn down and then stand still and wait to get jumped on. So JoltaK with a little bit of a dropped kill, but not too big of a deal.
We were talking about Zachsy a lot last game. Looking at him right now, he's about a half of a level, maybe even closer to about 3/4 above AirCougar right now. He's doing really good on that Ullr. How has he been affecting those team fights?
He's been affecting the team fights by making sure that AirCougar isn't really able to make a big impact. Early on, we're seeing these one-on-one hunter fights come all the time, and Zachsy winding up on the top side a bunch of times. By taking that pressure, he's able to make sure that AirCougar isn't able to join some of those earlier team fights at all, keeping AirCougar in lane. And now as we transition, making sure he's not drastically ahead.
I will say AirCougar today, the jukes have been real. Just watching some of these exchanges coming out from the ADCs, they're absolutely lovely. Like that word you were talking about earlier,
yep.
Lovely. It's just so nice. But now, looking at this Gold Fury, Myflin jumping forward, able to find the hammer while the rest of the team hammers away at the Gold Fury.
And here comes the rest of Kingdom Esports looking at making a steal, but it won't happen. Team Eager able to snark that one away, and the damage still coming out. Myflin, everybody surrounding the Odin, and JoltaK gonna get stunned out.
Yeah, Myflin still chasing hard, able to find the stun, and now McSaltyCakes being pushed out by Delta Marine. This Zeus is continuing to pick up this momentum and pick up this strength, and it's gonna be nasty, even if you don't have those 5-man Athenatons.
Odin and everybody try to deal what they can. Mid lane, however, AirCougar and his support try to push up forward. It's just Dwurst on the right side, dealing with 2 different players, trying to take down a tower. Campbell Solo gets pushed out very well. JoltaK, on the other hand, on the chase.
This has been the story of Dwurst's life this past 2 games. He keeps looking for Camp and Solo. Camp and Solo barely able to get away, and he's forcing him out, but that's not enough. Jellly jumping in, able to find it, but Delta taking the last hit credit. And now, a little bit of a boxing fight over in the solo. Not having everybody there in these team fights is starting to really hurt Kingdom.
Yeah, they're coming in, you know, just one by one, and it's troublesome. You can't really fight as a team of lemmings. You've got to be able to group up together and make it happen, not just follow each other into the meat grinding yourselves. And that's, I think, the downside for Kingdom Esports here. Team Eager are playing like a team. They're grouped up as 4, 5. Kingdom Esports, they're kind of by themselves, maybe 2 by 2, but just really not fighting this big cohesive unit, I think, like we saw in some of the earlier engagements.
I mean, and it works for Eager. Dwurst has been split pushing like crazy. He's been doing really well, just directing the attention not on himself because of that giant team. They're taking tower after tower because of that.
Well,
but
when you're level 19, you can do whatever you want, really. And I think that's the story.
It's working for Eager, but Kingdom Esports can't do the same thing. We're having a 3v2 situation where 2 people are going to try and deal with Dwurst. You can't do it because he's level 19.
I mean, that's the story of being ahead, right? You play the lead you're given. Right now, Team Eager, they're up 10,000 gold, Tiger.
Yeah.
You're allowed to make those plays. And I say you're allowed because Smite is a team game and you should be playing with your squad. 3-on-3 is what we see in the mid lane all the time. And then later on in the game, 21 minutes, you're going to see that group up. When it comes time to be that one guy, that's not really Smite. You have to be allowed to do that. And a 10,000 gold lead allows you to be this lonesome dude in the jungle.
And it's coming a little forced from Kingdom. Here comes the ultimate and the bird bomb in, but it's not going to take anybody down. The knockup, however, doing some damage, and Zachsy going to find Delta Marine. Myflin popping the dragon. There's 3 members, 4 members looking pretty nice and tasty. SaltyCakes being one of them, being double teamed by Dwurst and Myflin. Jellly, however, being zoned in the back lane by the Ullr.
Pretty much everybody else, honestly,
yeah.
on the other side of things, making sure that nobody could really make an impact there. Nice jump forward. Zachsy in some trouble.
He popped the Sanctuary, but it's not going to be enough. When you have 3 people there, you're pinned against the wall. You can't get away. You're gone. AirCougar, however, have a little bit of a hard time when it comes to JoltaK, getting hammered down upon. We're going to pop the ultimate to get away, and JoltaK doesn't have the bird bomb to keep chasing.
And that's not going to happen. However, for AirCougar, it's going to happen on the left-hand side. JoltaK looking for the jump. AirCougar had the juice, like you mentioned earlier. Not going to have him there. Stomp, stomp, says JoltaK.
Now, JoltaK able to get that kill, but over on the other side, Eager taking down their tower. Was it worth?
I don't know, but, well, it was worth until this point. If Jellly's able to take down the Odin, I'm not sure about that one, but the tier 2 tower valuing in 1,500 gold. Just 1 kill on the Jing that hasn't been having a fantastic game. Plus the death. Absolutely not, Tiger.
Despite all his rage, he was still just a rat in a cage, but able to find the Odin kill eventually. Now, Dwurst, however, getting double tapped and walled up, but camping solo, not going to be on point with the spin.
Melancholy play there for the Odin, not able to make it happen. And over here on the right-hand side, Kingdom Esports still playing defense on their back foot. And it's infinite sadness as they're down by over 10,000 gold.
And that's objectives, that's camps. That's everything. There's only a 5 kill difference, but when you see the graphs, you don't expect it.
No, I mean it's not because of the kills. Team Eager was able to capitalize. That's even the wrong word, Tiger. They were just able to strip the jungle, taking some pure aggressive plays, able to make these plays that Kingdom Esports just couldn't respond to. It wasn't that Team Eager got a deicide and were able to take out some of this stuff, Gold Furies, etc.
Incoming cliche caster question.
Sure.
What can Kingdom do?
I mean, Kingdom really, they have a couple of options. They can go ahead and unplug Team Eager's computers. They can hope for an actual thunderstorm instead of one out of Zeus. But in all honesty, Kingdom Esports, they can make a couple of plays, and they all really center around these objectives. You want to find them jumping on this fire giant. You want to see them defending the tier 2 towers that are gone. That defense on the right-hand side, that was the right idea, but they couldn't make it happen. Now, the idea is to defend onto these Phoenixes, fight 5-on-6.
Now,
the Phoenix being the 6th.
Kingdom can't split up like Eager can, but we're seeing 2 on the left side taking the gold for you. We've seen 1 about to pinch, another over on the left side, and then we have 2 members of Eager on the right side fighting into everybody else.
And Kingdom need to punish this. This is the play on the right-hand side that I'm talking about. Eager need to die here. These 2 players absolutely need to die. Kingdom trying to, but there's just no cohesion. Dwurst and Myflin are both half HP. That can't happen. Pick a target and direct all of the DPS into it. If you've got 2 players on 4 and the split DPS, that's not how it works out. 4 players target 1 guy and he falls down, reinforced Greaves or nah.
Scatter plays coming out from Kingdom, not able to decide who they want to try and go on. Meanwhile, Eager coming into the fight. Delta Marine taking out Fearedocide. Cougar taking Zachsy out of the fight as well. Delta Marine is going to come out and help, but at this point, they've got the shot calling. They've got the know-how. They know who they're going for, and right now, it's not anybody but this Phoenix. 15K
in the lead is Team Eager. They're going to push forward onto this right-hand side. Phoenix 3 on 4. If you count the Firebird itself, and here comes Mr. McSaltyCakes, and down from the sky comes Thor, and down to the ground he goes just as quick as he showed up.
He could do nothing there. Now SaltyCakes on the run, Mystic Rush, but Jellly finding the kill. Now JoltaK is the tasty target itself. We might even see a replay coming out. No, it looks like Eager gonna go ahead and back off.
Yeah, we need to see 1 more kill. I think if we see if we see Zachsy die there, and it's just JoltaK, then we see Eager push forward and go, hey, you know, we'll take the win. That time around, the window wasn't thrown all the way open. There was just a little bit of nudge, so Eager not willing to take that one just yet.
Bird Bomb not going to connect. He was looking for Delta Marine. He got the Gungear's Might, but it wasn't really that effective. And now Dwurst able to take out JoltaK. Zachsy so low in the backline. Rats popping up. He wants him. He wants to find it. He's not going to be able to, and he jumped in the fountain. Going to have that splash damage coming out, but Fearedocide going to be taken out by Delta Marine. Myflin popping the Dragon. Delta in the backline. He's so low, popping the Sanctuary, and camping solo gets erased.
Team Eager almost got punished, but
almost. Cougar able to take out Zachsy, even though he's so...
This shouldn't happen, Tiger.
No.
This shouldn't happen. Team Eager gets over-aggressive. They all get shot down to about 10% HP, but because they're ahead by 20,000 gold, they can do no wrong. And they're able to make, we saw about 7 mistakes there, just diving too hard, playing without the cooldowns, targeting the wrong choices, and Kingdom could not respond. Now you ask me that same question. What does Kingdom Esports do to win? They cross their fingers, man. They hope that Team Eager gets too aggressive. But those plays, when Team Eager gets too aggressive, Kingdom have to respond. We saw a half a response. It wasn't enough damage to really punish Team Eager, and because of that, Eager's gonna live to see another day and live to see another win, most likely.
What'd you do with your voice there? Is that what it sound like?
What do you mean?
Oh, what are they gonna do to win? Is that what it sound like?
Did I do that?
Yes.
No, I think I can't do a southern accent, I don't think.
Fair enough. That's all right. 11 kill deficit, our Kingdom Esports right now. 28 minutes on the dot, 22 to 11, 20K gold lead. We're getting to the point where the experience doesn't necessarily matter for Eager, but it's still gonna matter for Kingdom right now.
Ooh, yeah, it matters a lot. Level 14 comparatively to 19 on the support specifically. Hunter's down 2 levels as well, and then your jungler is down 3. That's rough. It's rough stuff for Kingdom Esports right now. They're fighting about 3 different battles here in different parts of the map, and I like to play it as Zachsy. Just, you know what, game? Forget it. I'm a split push. I think that's the right call at this point.
Just get a little bit. That's gold on the map. You're gonna be able to get a little bit, bolster your coffers a little bit. Myflin 1v3, and while the rest of his team takes out the Fire Giant, that was the wrong call coming out from Kingdom. They wanted to take Myflin, who's gonna go dwarf soon. He pops a sprint, he gets out while the rest of his team gets the Fire Giant. That's complete and total misdirection.
Well, Kingdom Esports can't even go fight the Fire Giant anyway. They've got to deal with these fire minions. But it was funny. Kingdom Esports, you see them chase Myflin into the left side of the map, and he gets the Fire Giant, and you saw it.
They did turn around.
You saw the Odin just stand still and go, oh, they got fire. Just complete devastation there. Team Eager gonna start on the left-hand Phoenix. This one likely to be the final push, honestly, Tiger, as the ring cage comes out.
The 4-man Sylvanus ultimate was hot, though, trying to make a play, trying to stall for some time while the Phoenix continues to do so much damage, but it's not going to be enough, and JoltaK looking so low, forced to jump away. Cougar able to find Fearedocide, going to find the root as well. They're pushing them back into the tower. Myflin stepped into the fountain, able to just take too much damage, camping solo, jumping and crashing in, looking for Delta Marine, but they didn't stay on the Titan.
Nah, just not enough. Too much damage coming out of Team Eager, enough to take the game. Woof. I mean, that's just strong, confident play out of Team Eager. Kingdom Esports looking like a team that just replaced their entire squad. Oh, wait, that's exactly what happened. Team Eager, on the other hand, they've had the same roster for about 2 years now. Since console came out, they've been rocking the same roster, and I think there's a lot of strength in consistency. You know, Myflin and Jellly swapped roles. That's one of the bigger changes that we saw Team Eager do. You know, and that's important, knowing how your team's going to play, where they're going to go, and what they're going to do. On the other side, Kingdom Esports, Zachsy played lights out. I think we saw some good individual play. Camp and Solo was able to individually have good decision-making most of the time. Zachsy was able to individually fight against AirCougar. In fact, did a very good job at keeping Cougar out of the fight a lot of the times. But then finally, and we saw that for the first 10 minutes or so, the game was neck and neck. And then as we rotated into the mid-game, which moves away from individual play and towards team fight battles, everything was coming up with an EGR sign because the team play of Team Eager just a little bit more refined on that side of the map. Kingdom is their first go. They roll the dice. On the other hand, Team Eager, they line up the dice. Everything is already set in stone with how they're going to play.
I mean, they were on point, consistent. Last week, we saw them 2-0 aware. They split with Elevate, and today, straight 2-0s for 2 matches. Looking very, very nice.
This is one of those teams that really come together as the season progresses. Old teams come to mind, like formerly known as Paradigm, now Bipolar Method on the PC side of things. Sometimes you have these teams that you don't hit the gas right off at the bat, right? You're not the biggest acceleration, but your top speed is pretty damn high. That's what we see out of Eager. They start the season looking never less than pretty good. But then right now in the middle of the season, towards the end of it, they're clearly a #1 contender.
I mean, we saw some really nice plays coming out, some of which had to do with Myflin, who we have on the line today, the support for Eager. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Pretty happy about our games.
Of course you should be. They were fan-freaking-tastic. You guys look so solid right now.
Yeah, I mean, we put a lot of work in. I think it's fair to say that we scrim more than any other team, which is kind of counter to my schedule, considering, you know, all the things I have to do. But I just have a good time with the squad. We enjoy ourselves. We try not to keep it too serious.
And that's a big deal. I keep complimenting you guys on being one of the longer-lasting rosters. Smite in general, specifically console, roster mania, roster apocalypse, whatever the hell you want to call it, has certainly one of the bigger words. You guys seem to have just avoided all of that. What keeps you guys together as a squad so profoundly?
I mean, I'm a big proponent of talking out our issues, right? I don't like it when somebody has a problem with one of our players and we don't speak directly to each other. So if we ever get angry at each other, I don't let the team leave about it. We talk about it, we talk it out. We just make sure that we keep working coherently.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal, and like I said, you guys have succeeded pretty much off of that, in my opinion. You guys have done a lot of work, and you guys have made that swap in the jungle and support role, and we saw you guys get off to I won't say a troublesome start, but a slower start. What is it about you guys that the season generally comes off at a sort of nice, even pace, but once the mid-game, once the middle of the season hits, you guys look unstoppable. What is it, what brings that out of the team?
I think just we get back into our groove. Between seasons, we like to take a short break because we honestly do not take breaks during the season. So we're a little bit out of practice. But once we get back into the groove of things, we find it. This season, we started a little bit slow because of the role swap, but Jellly practices a lot more than I do. So I think his skill ceiling is definitely higher in the jungle than mine was.
And as far as that's the overall picture is concerned about the role swaps, how do you enjoy how do you enjoy support, man? You're working out. You're obviously mad aggressive coming out of the jungle, but you know some of the best supports in the game have come out of the jungle. How do you personally like the role, and how well do you think you're doing at it?
I think I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm matching Jellly right now. Well, maybe not even matching him, but we're very different players. I like to play a lot more aggressive than he did, and it's just the gods right now match my playstyle. Terra, you dash in. Fafnir, you jump in. Athena, you dash in. You know, I don't have to sit back. I'm not sitting back throwing out Geb shields or anything like that. I'm just in their faces, and now I'm tanky, so I don't die for it.
And it's definitely working out for you, but very solid showing. You got any shout-outs for that?
Shoutouts to our scrim partners, MW, Plaza Beast, me and him pretty tight. Shoutouts to Jelly's dad, you know, he's a cool guy. Shoutouts to Scary D, I'm not really sure why, but I feel like he needs it. And I don't know, shoutouts to Aggro, honestly. He's just a great guy. I enjoy his cast, and he likes to up-talk, man. You know what? Who doesn't like getting up-talked?
Exactly. So I know what to do to get on your good side now next time I get to cast you guys, but thank you so much for giving us such fantastic games.
Yeah, anytime. We'll try and keep winning.
Awesome. Well, that was Myflin, the support of Ullr. Very strong showing, really nice plays coming out. Really excited to see them later on in the season. You got anything else? Any final words?
I mean, watching Ullr play, this is a unit. I think it's just proof in the pudding. A lot of people like to go snap decisions. Hey, man, we got to make a change in the roster. I know a lot of people publicly and privately that like to vent and just change their ideas about rosters. I think this Ullr squad is the proof. Work through your issues if possible. Keeping a solid roster is a lot better than switching out a different person every single week. I think consistency is key to finding victories, and Ullr certainly making it happen.
Dang it, my final statement was going to be consistency is important, but you heard it from both of us. We have more sets coming up to show you. Next up is going to be Most Wanted and Source, so stay tuned. We got more coming at you.